Beidou, the captain of the Kirk's fleet, is a 4-star electro-claymore user. She is a very good sub-DPS character, especially because of her burst. And in this quick guide, we will see how to build your Beidou. Starting off with her weapons. Beidou is generally used for her burst, so I would suggest going for something as luxurious Sea Lord, which actually was a limited event weapon. Its passive actually increases elemental burst damage by 24% at R5. Now if you don't have this fish looking sword, then you can go for Akamaru. I don't know if I pronounce it properly and I'm sorry for that, which is in fact a much better option than a fish looking sword. Its passive basically says that the total amount of burst cost of the team will be equal to the extra burst damage it will give to the wielder. At R1, the maximum amount of burst damage it can give is 40%. Now for some free to play options, you can go for the OG Prototype Arcade, which is actually a okay option for her if you don't have any better options. The other option will be Black Cliff Slasher, which is good because of its crit damage stat. For 5 star, you can go for Wolf's Gravestone, which will boost a whole team's attack. Moving on to the artifact sets, the best artifact set for the Beidou will be Emblem of Severed Fate, as its 2-piece provide energy recharge and 4-piece provide burst damage based on energy recharge, and Beidou needs both of them. For the stats, you need attack percent in Sands, electro damage in Goblet, and crit rate or crit damage in Circlet. For the substat, the first thing you need to prioritize is energy recharge. You need at least 150 to 170 energy recharge on your Beidou. Once you hit that point, then prioritize crit rate and crit damage, then attack percent. Moving on to her talents, her normal attack is basically 5 instances of physical damage. As for her skill, it gets a little tricky. If you press her skill for once, she will do a slash attack dealing okay damage. But if you hold the skill, she will go in counter mode. Means now she can absorb her enemy attack based on her max HP and can unleash powerful counter attack. Depending on how much damage she has taken, while holding her skill can vary the damage. Moving on to her burst is why she is popularly used. She summons lightning around her when she uses her burst, which bounces between her enemies, dealing electro damage. Her burst costs 80, which is quite costly. That's why I recommended going for energy recharge in substats. Her first passive talent allows her to counter her enemies with maximum output with her skill, if you press her skill right before getting hit, which you can also say is a perfect counter. Her second passive allows her to gain increased normal attack and charge attack damage by 15% and attack speed by 15% if you counter at maximum output with her skill. Her last passive talent decreases swimming stamina consumption by 20%. Moving on to her constellations, her best constellations are C2, C5 and C6. Her C2 allows her burst to bounce up to 2 more additional enemies, means more damage, and her C5 basically increases her burst level by 3. As for her C6, when she uses her burst, the opponents around her have their electro resistance decreased by 15%. Now we are at the end of the video. And all in all, Beidou is a great unit who deals a really good amount of damage. Now if you enjoyed the video, then remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, see ya.